always a good time for us to be able to have a conversation and talk. I had marriage proposals. I had people I dated. I could have lived monogamy just fine. Just some guys, the different men in different times, said, I'd marry you in a heartbeat. And I was just like, well, I plan to live plural marriage. And, each one of them at different times was like, that's not something I want to do.
Welcome back to Reality Tea, your go-to channel for everything sister wives, TLC drama, and the Brown family secrets the cameras almost didn't show. If you think you've heard it all, buckle up, because tonight Robyn Brown just said something that has the entire sister wives fandom buzzing. During the latest episode, Robyn looked straight into the camera and said, "I could have been married already." The words hung in the air like a spark ready to set fire. Her tone wasn't defensive, it was confident, almost proud. She continued, explaining that before joining Kody Brown's plural marriage, she had received marriage proposals from several monogamous men. She quickly clarified they weren't formal on-one-knee proposals, but rather men saying they'd marry her in a heartbeat. Still, that statement alone sent the internet into overdrive. Fans rushed to Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube comment sections asking the same question. Why bring this up now? Some believe Robyn was trying to remind everyone, including Kody, that she had options. Others think it was her subtle way of reinforcing her value, portraying herself as the desirable one, even in a family filled with tension and broken bonds. The way she said it, it wasn't casual. Her expression was calm, but her eyes? They said something else, something deeper, almost like a hidden message aimed straight at Kody. Maybe it was pride, maybe it was regret, or maybe it was a warning. Because here's the thing, fans didn't miss the timing. Robyn's statement came right after another heated argument between Kody and Janelle. Kody has been struggling to hold the family together, blaming others for the cracks, but Robyn's words landed like a dagger. It was as if she was saying, "You're lucky I chose you." And that's when things started to feel different. The silence after her confession wasn't just awkward, it was loaded. Even Kody's expression changed for a moment. His eyes darted toward Robyn, and there was that flicker: jealousy, fear, maybe both. Behind the scenes, sources close to production hinted that this moment wasn't scripted. Robyn truly meant it. She wanted that statement to be heard, not just by the audience, but by everyone in that family who's doubted her position as Kody's favorite. But was this a moment of honesty or manipulation? Was Robyn genuinely reflecting on her choices or rewriting her story to control the narrative once again? Because right after that scene, something unexpected happened, something the cameras almost missed. And what Robyn did next left the crew speechless. When the cameras cut back after that confession, you could feel the tension radiating through the Brown family's Flagstaff home. Kody was trying to brush it off, pretending not to care, but everyone could see it. The tight jaw, the forced laugh, the twitch in his eyes. Robyn's words had struck a nerve. She sat there, unbothered, calmly sipping from her mug while the rest of the wives looked on. Janelle shifted uncomfortably. Christine, though no longer in the family, later admitted in a confessional that she wasn't surprised at all. "That's Robyn," she said, "always making sure everyone knows she's the one with options." The producers caught every second of it, the awkward silence, the sideways glances, and Kody's desperate attempt to change the topic. But Robyn wasn't done. She leaned forward slightly and said, almost under her breath, "I just turned them down because I felt something bigger was waiting for me." The line sounded innocent, but everyone knew what she meant. It was her way of reminding the world, and her sister wives, that she chose this life, that she could have had an easier path, but she willingly joined a complicated one. But fans online weren't buying it. Within hours, social media exploded. Reddit threads titled "Robyn's ego is out of control" and "Manipulation at its finest" started trending in sister wives fan communities. One user wrote, "She's not just telling a story, she's rewriting her own narrative to look like a martyr and a prize at the same time." Another said, "She's reminding Kody and the audience that she had men waiting for her. That's not humility, that's control." But behind the scenes, a former production assistant revealed something even juicier. That conversation wasn't part of the initial filming plan. Robyn reportedly insisted on having her moment to clarify misconceptions about her past before Kody. She wanted to show her independence, as she put it. But what really caught attention was what happened right after the cameras stopped rolling. Sources claim Kody and Robyn had a private argument in another room. Witnesses said they could hear voices rising, Robyn saying something about not being appreciated and Kody replying, You don't need to bring up other men to make a point. When Robyn returned to the set, she looked collected again, as if nothing had happened. But her eyes told a different story, cold, distant, unreadable. Why would Robyn risk so much by saying that on camera? Was it really about sharing her truth? Or sending a message? Maybe to Kody, maybe to the fans, maybe even to herself. Because right after that episode aired, a familiar face, someone connected to Robyn's past life, suddenly spoke out online. And what that person revealed could unravel everything we thought we knew about Robyn's story. Just when fans thought Robyn's confession couldn't get any more shocking, something unexpected surfaced online. A man claiming to know Robyn before she met Kody posted a video, not on a gossip site, but on a small YouTube channel that quickly caught fire. His message was calm but deliberate. I remember Robyn back then. And yes, she wasn't exaggerating. Men were interested, but that's not the full story. The internet froze. Within hours, his video spread across fan forums like wildfire. He didn't reveal his name, but his details matched someone from Robyn's old community, someone who allegedly knew her before she ever appeared on Sister Wives. He claimed Robyn used to talk about wanting a man of faith, but also mentioned that she was drawn to attention. According to him, Robyn liked feeling admired, that the compliments, the interest, and the talk of marriage made her feel powerful. She knew what she was doing, he said. She wasn't lying about men wanting her, but she also knew how to use that to her advantage. Fans immediately began dissecting every word, connecting dots that painted a different picture. Maybe Robyn wasn't just reminiscing. Maybe she was reminding everyone, including Kody, that she had power all along. Meanwhile, behind the scenes at TLC, producers reportedly debated whether to air that portion of the interview at all. One insider shared, "We knew that line. I could have been married already," would set off fireworks, but Robyn insisted it stay in. She said it was her truth. But truth or manipulation, the fallout was massive. Viewers started to rewatch old Sister Wives clips, noticing how Robyn often brought up her past to justify her choices. Some pointed out how she subtly shifts the narrative, painting herself as both victim and savior. Always in the middle of emotional storms, she somehow rises above. Even Mary, who's kept mostly quiet since leaving the family, posted a cryptic message on Instagram the next day. When someone keeps reminding you of their worth, maybe they're afraid you'll forget the truth. Fans immediately linked it to Robyn's comment, and it only added fuel to the fire. But the real shocker came days later. Someone claiming to be one of the men Robyn talked about sent a private message to a well-known Sister Wives blogger. His words were simple. Robyn's telling part of the truth, but not the part that matters. The blogger teased that he had proof, something Robyn definitely wouldn't want the public to see. And if what he said next is real, it could change how fans see not just Robyn, but her entire marriage with Kody Brown. Because according to him, one of those marriage proposals wasn't as innocent as Robyn made it sound. The blogger's post dropped late at night, and by morning it had already gone viral. The headline read, "One of Robyn's other men finally speaks out, and his story doesn't match hers." In his message, the man, who chose to stay anonymous, claimed that Robyn wasn't just admired from afar. He said they had actually dated briefly before she met Kody. He described her as sweet but ambitious, someone who wanted more than just a normal, quiet life. According to him, Robyn liked being adored. She knew people noticed her and she liked that power. But she also talked about wanting something bigger, like she was meant for a different stage. That single line sent fans spiraling. Suddenly, it all made sense. Her poise, her polished demeanor, the way she always seemed aware of the cameras. Some began to believe that Robyn didn't just stumble into Kody's plural marriage. She chose it strategically. Then came the kicker. The man revealed an old letter, a scanned note Robyn had written years before joining Sister Wives. In it, she talked about wanting a marriage that would stand out, and a family with purpose. He said she once mentioned a husband who would be known, a leader. Fans couldn't believe it. Had Robyn actually manifested Kody? Or had she targeted him from the start? Reddit exploded again. One fan wrote, "Robyn didn't fall into Kody's world. She built her path straight to it." Another added, "She's been controlling the narrative since day one." The proposals weren't her bragging. They were her reminder to Kody that she's always had choices. Meanwhile, TLC producers reportedly went into damage control mode. They couldn't confirm the authenticity of the letter, but insiders said Robyn was furious behind the scenes. One crew member leaked that she demanded the network issue a statement denying the claims. TLC refused. Ratings were skyrocketing. They weren't going to interfere with the drama. Kody, however, didn't stay quiet. During a follow-up scene filmed weeks later, he confronted Robyn about the growing online storm. Viewers could see the tension. His voice tight, his hands clenched. "Why does it always have to be about you and your story?" he asked. "Every time we move forward, something pulls us back." Robyn didn't flinch. She simply looked at him and said softly, "Maybe it's because my story isn't over yet." The silence that followed was unbearable. Even the producers didn't cut, they let it roll. The look on Kody's face said it all: doubt, confusion, and maybe fear. For the first time, he looked like the one who wasn't in control. And that's when it happened. A crew member reportedly overheard Robyn whisper something under her breath as she walked off set. They couldn't make out all the words, but one part was clear. "He should remember. I had choices." That whisper wasn't just a line. It was a declaration. And it left everyone, fans, producers, even Kody himself, wondering, what did Robyn mean by choices? Because rumors were already swirling that she's been reconnecting with people from her past, including one of those so-called proposals. Could it be true? Is Robyn's heart drifting away from Kody after all these years? Or is this another calculated move to keep the spotlight exactly where she wants it? Days after that whispered line hit the internet, the Brown family's world was in chaos. Kody was furious, the other wives were silent, and Robyn vanished from the cameras for nearly a week. TLC insiders said she needed space, but fans knew better. Something was brewing. When Robyn finally returned to film, she looked different. Collected, calm. Her eyes held that same mysterious spark, the one viewers had seen during her confession. Sitting across from the producers, she took a deep breath and said softly, "Everyone thinks they know my story, but they only know the pieces I've let them see." She paused. The crew leaned in. The room was silent. Then she continued, "Yes, I had men who wanted to marry me. Good men, kind men. But I didn't choose them because deep down I wanted more than a husband. I wanted meaning." She said that Kody represented something bigger than marriage, that joining him was supposed to be about faith, family, and purpose. But then her tone changed. Her voice cracked slightly. Somewhere along the way, that meaning got lost. "And now I'm not even sure who I am without all of this." The vulnerability caught everyone off guard. For the first time, Robyn looked less like the manipulative figure fans accused her of being, and more like a woman trapped in her own creation. But then, almost as if she realized she'd gone too far, her guard snapped back up. She smiled faintly and whispered, "But don't worry, I'll be fine. I always am." The camera zoomed in as a single tear rolled down her cheek, but her expression stayed cold, almost unreadable. It was a moment that left fans torn between sympathy and suspicion. Then came the final twist. That same night, a new post appeared on the anonymous man's account, just 4 words that sent chills through Sister Wives fandom. "She's reaching out again." No photos, no context, just those words. Within hours, the internet went wild. Was Robyn reconnecting with someone from her past? Was she really reconsidering her choices? Or was this all part of another carefully crafted narrative, a power move to remind everyone she's still in control of her story? As the episode faded to black, the final shot lingered on Robyn's face, emotionless, reflective, and hauntingly calm. The kind of calm that comes right before a storm. And just like that, fans were left with more questions than answers. Is Robyn finally breaking free from Kody's world? Or has she just played her most dangerous card yet? The truth might be closer than we think, and when it finally comes out, it could destroy the image Robyn spent years building. Whatever happens next, one thing's certain: Sister Wives will never be the same again. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to Reality Tea for the next shocking update, because the fallout from Robyn's confession isn't over, and what's coming next might expose secrets the Brown family never wanted the world to see. Stay tuned. The tea is only getting hotter.